How was the first day of practice?
I mean, first day of practice was awesome. It's just great to be back out here. Spring. We didn't get to have spring last year, so just getting to be out here today and just get back with the coaches and all the guys, it was awesome. Great day out there. Great day out there today.
Jake, how does it feel to bat leadoff in the spring practice interview batting circle there? Any pressure?
No, it feels good. I miss talking to you guys. We can talk about golf every now and then. I miss it. Got the Masters coming up, so I'm excited to be the first one hitting leadoff and get to lead this thing off.
Let's go to Anthony and then Mark.
All right, hey Jay, good to see you today. You hang out with Pods a pretty good bit, don't you, off the field?
Yes.
I was just wondering after you hit that game-winning field goal in the Peach Bowl, hasn't let success kind of go to his head, has he? I know y'all still in the COVID protocols, but people are starting to recognize him a lot more, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I definitely think there's some more people starting to recognize Pod, but the success definitely not just going over. We're still out here working really hard every single day. Trying to improve and just get better.
Jake, my question isn't really related to special teams, but I'm curious how long it took you to get used to seeing Coach Muschamp walking around the Georgia football facilities, and since he's been around the SEC a lot.
I'll get 1 day. Probably took me about a day to get used to it, but Coach Muschamp's awesome. We love having him here. I hadn't really known Coach Muschamp until he got here, but I've talked to him. I mean, so many times since he's been here. He's an awesome guy, and we're really happy to have him here.
Thank you. Let's go to Seth and then Jake.
Jake, what are the buzzwords or buzz phrases that the coaches and Kirby are talking to you guys about this spring that's different from 2020?
The buzzwords, that's a good one. It's probably just we're really working on our mindset kind of stuff right now. So just having the right mindset, getting to know each other, and just really form a nice family bond on this team. So I'd probably say something around in there.
Any idea why they might be focused on that?
Yeah, we feel that the teams that are super close are teams that are able to make big runs, and there's nothing more important than getting to enjoy being out on the field with your brothers and your coaches, and just getting to know each other. And when you know everybody that you're playing with, and when you're really tight with the guys next to you, it's just going to make you play harder for them. And so we're just trying to really continue to have that kind of culture here.
Jake, I guess kind of in the same vein as that, has it really been that different? Has it been a typical off season, or have some things been done differently than your previous, few here? Kirby insinuated that things were being done a little different, but it may be different for you guys. You may not see it that way.
No, I definitely think that things have definitely been done different. I think that with the strength program, we're still doing really great things there. We're doing some mindset program stuff, and that's been a little bit of a change. Doing a little bit more of that than we have in the past. So it's definitely changed a little bit, but it's been really cool, and I think everybody here really has enjoyed it. So it's been a good change, I guess you could say.
Let's go to Charles Odom and then David Pascal.
Jake, I realize we're not out of this pandemic yet completely, but other than just being back on the field for a spring that you didn't have last year, can you say are there any other things that are different than when you guys were practicing? For instance, for the bowl, are there in terms of meetings, for instance, how is that going? Are things less virtual, more together?
Yeah, we're definitely doing a little bit more together meetings. We're still taking all the precautions with COVID. COVID's not over. We definitely realize that, and it's a very serious thing. So we're still taking our precautions. We're still with masks, and, we're still working on, the social distance, 6 feet apart, everything like that. So in terms of has it changed a lot? I wouldn't say that it's changed too much with how we're doing the meetings and everything. But, yeah, I think that things are very, very similar to how they were in the fall.
Jake, as a follow-up to that and just how bizarre y'all's college experience has been because of COVID, do you remember kind of what you did early last spring when the football practices were off the board? How did you spend your time going through that stretch?
That time was crazy. Everybody talks about it, remembering where they were when they found out that everything was canceled. I was at Disney with my girlfriend. We were over there at the Star Wars stuff, and I found out that everything was canceled and everything was going crazy. And I actually ended up going down to Birmingham, where one of my coaches from when I was in high school is, and I was hanging out with some of the guys there that I trained with in the off season, and I was probably there for about a week, just trying to figure out what we were going to do, what was going to happen, because nobody had any idea about what we were going to do, where we were going to go, what we were going to be allowed to do, anything. So I was probably there for a week just trying to figure everything out. And then I came back to Athens after that and just honestly lived every single day pretty much by ear, because you never knew when we were going to be able to come back. You never knew when we were going to be able to do anything. So
thanks.
Let's go to Jed and then Palmer.
Yeah, Jake, 2 questions. One, obviously, how's the golf game looking? And 2, you mentioned that the mindset program kind of stuff with the strength program. Could you kind of elaborate on that a little bit? Sort of what is that sort of looking like right now?
Yeah, well, we'll start with the golf game. Golf game's looking rough right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Golf game's looking rough. Haven't been playing the best recently. Really need to work on the swing a little bit more, try and get a little more dialed in, find the center of the club face a little more. Then we'll be able to put up some good scores and stuff. In regards to the mindset training, it pretty much just looks like we're working towards. With the weight room and everything, our strength coaches, they're around us so much, especially in the off season. They're probably around us more than the coaches are, because we're lifting every single day and we're running every single day, and they're there working with us, and they know us probably just as well, if not better, than some of our coaches do, because we're with them so much. And they help so much with the mindset training and just going over different things with us during the week and on a day-to-day basis of different things and where we want to get our mindset to, how we want to approach things, coming at everything with a positive attitude, just kind of stuff like that. Just making sure that we're all on the same page and that we're all working together for the same goals.
Yeah, Jake, obviously to the average fan, it's a lot easier to see where areas of improvement might be needed on offense or defense. What are the emphasis of the special teams units this spring?
The emphasis for special teams this spring is we just want to make sure that we're collectively getting better. Everybody wants to get better. We want to make sure that we can do whatever we got to do to find the right guys on the field and just make sure that we're doing everything right and everything's sound. We lost a couple guys on special teams that were some playmakers last year. But, the great thing about being a player at the University of Georgia is we have so much talent here, and we have so many guys that are able to step in exactly when we need them to. So that shouldn't be a struggle at all to find anybody to step in and fill in roles for guys that aren't here. And we're just working together as a whole unit just to collectively come together and really work on just being sound in everything that we do.
Let's take one last question from Connor.
Hey, Jake, what does a successful spring practice or spring practice periods look like for this team?
I think a successful spring practice and successful practices for this team look like, guys flying around, making sure that we're always moving, we're always running, we're always working really hard. Nobody's going to get every single play right. You're not going to get every single play right in the game. You're not going to get every single play right in practice. If that was the case, it's never going to be the case. And I think that a successful practice for us just looks like guys out there that are just working really hard. They're working their tails off. and they're just really trying to figure out what they got to do to help make this team a championship team. So I guess I would say that that's what a successful practice looks like. It's just guys working super hard and, not getting down if they get something wrong, but just knowing that everybody together is working for the same thing.
Jake, thanks for your time tonight, my friend.